Welcome to Journey JavaFX, Season 2, Episode number 19. In this episode, we're going to create a follow button. The follow button, the logic behind it is quite simple. It's just make a copy of an existing record. It's kind of my project specific thing. The idea coming from, like, say, one day I was working on a project. At a later date, I want to follow it up. And I want to know, what was my previous work status. So then I can find the record and click on follow. So in this way, it will make a new record at the newer date, right? At a later date. And it's kind of, keep tracking all the time I spend on the project. You may argue, say, how about we just increase the hour number on the old record? Yes, we can do that, but the downside is, like, what if in the end of the project I want to know how many days I spent on this project? So based on the sum of hours, it won't be able to tell how many how many days of effort, right? So then the idea coming from this. Hopefully it makes sense to you. But we are just focusing on the logic behind the button. It's quite simple. Let's get started. Okay, IntelliJ, and go to Scene Builder. We're going to create a new button. I'm gonna call it follow, and make a method for it. Button follow btn follow on action. Save and go back to our fxml, looking for the red. Create a new method. Remove the variable. We don't need it for now, but we're gonna need it in a future episode at a few places, not a lot. So I'm gonna put it below delete button. Okay, so for this one, I want to do some test, because text date picker, because it's also a date related thing. Dot get value. I want to print it out. So the p, and then like this. We also want to save the value of it. Let's say local date dt equals to date picker dot get value, right? Just to do a quick test. So let's click on follow. Okay, it's kind of this format. We gotta turn it into our integer format. I think we don't have it. Let me just do a double check. So date stuff get int from string. Okay, parsing it. Yeah, this one should work. Yeah, we can reuse this one. So then save some time to make the new function. We're gonna test it. Let's say s out p. The date is local date. Let's say my dot date stuff dot get int from this. So then I'm gonna passing in the dt dot to string, right? So it should give us the same result. And then we're gonna receive a kind of our data format as integer, right? So restart the thing. Let's do another test. Yeah, already worked. All right, so then we don't need to create a new function. This one is no longer needed. I'm gonna replace this with this, right? So now we have the date part, and then we just need to worry about the query. Just make a copy of it. I'm gonna go insert. Oh, I already make a copy of it. Okay, just delete it in case I made some mistake. I'm gonna copy it again. Probably I did it for my testing stuff. Dot copy record, right? Insert one record, insert copy record. All right. So here we need to do something. I'm everything is same, but the date, we cannot use the old date because I want it as today's date, right? So I'm gonna copy paste whatever the function we have here to there, right? Insert right here. Date picker date. Date picker date get value. Date picker date, it should be today's date, right? So then I gonna do this. It's int. So get from that. It's a little risky though, because of the date converter, right? Get int from string. Yes. How about we do something like this? Before that, we're gonna create a date time formatter. DTF is going to be date time formatter. Date time formatter dot of pattern. So we say YYYMMDD, right? So we have this. Once we have this, we're gonna get this. Okay, something like this. And then we're gonna format it. DTF dot format local date dot now, right? This one will give us the date, and we're gonna format it, and then to string. It's unnecessary. It gives a it already gives a string. Okay, that's cool. Missing this. Okay, now I save. Just do a final review. Okay, so we are replacing the date. This is today. We're gonna format it in this way, so it will give a string. Then this function will turn it into int date. Yes, I think we did it. So then we're gonna go back to controller. This part is no longer required. So we're gonna say model dot story equals to mgr make from UI, because we are getting information from there, and then db dot insert dot copy record, and then we pass in this. This one will be need a decoration. So let's do a test. So now, how about I gonna follow up the Apple project? My expectation is more like we're gonna have a new record. Everything will be the same, but the date will be today's date. That's the expectation. Okay, not refresh yet. All right, we have it. Yeah, it works. So then we just need to add a the same stuff, the save button, right? After the insert, we need to do this. It's more like, reload whatever the record we just added back to our UI. Make sense? Let's do it again. So the follow button. Okay, we need to do one more test actually. If the ID thing. So text with ID dot get text or length greater than 0, because if we want to follow something, the thing must be there, right? Make sense? If it's greater than 0, it means something is there. So then we're gonna do this follow thing. Okay, let's just rerun it and test it. Now should be safe. So now it's empty. So I say follow. Nothing gonna happen. Yep. And now we want to follow up with banana project. Let's say follow. Yep, banana show up. And also we need to do this part, not only the date, because we don't want to duplicate whatever the previous hours, right? So then for this hours, we're gonna put it default value as 1, as we do, in the initializer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. So this one we're gonna pass in a 1. Now it's perfect. Now it's perfect. So let's do a test. For example, I want to follow up the cat project. Once I click on follow, we should have a new record with today's date, and also our number is 1. That's my expectation. Okay, the cat is 1, today's date. All right, now it's done. Perfect. Mission accomplished. Then this comes to the end of this episode. What else we left? Not much. So in next episode, we're gonna working on. Let me check my prototype. I think we complete all the database related stuff. We have the delete, we have the follow, we have the save, we have the refresh. Okay, so in next episode, we're gonna working on something else. Maybe working on the daytime rocker stuff. All right, that's the plan. Then see you in the next one.